I'm new to this position. I'm the Director of Environmental Citizenship, and I've been here for 3 months now at Nueva School. And Nueva School is a pre-K through 12 independent school. There's 2 campuses, one in Hillsborough and one in San Mateo. So it's a new position, and it's part of a brand new design and build of the new Science and Environmental Center. So I am the director of that essentially. And it's a really exciting time to be here and an exciting time for Nueva. And we are just looking forward to all of the wonderful things that can come from this program and come from the new building. The Green Ribbon School Program for California was really an opportunity for the school to think about our sustainability objectives from a perspective of, I guess, a really thoughtful and intentional set of external benchmarks, someone telling us what we should be looking at. And so when the school first and the program first embarked on this program, we really were viewing it as a way to identify areas for improvement for the school. And we were also using it as a way to really easily document what's already been done by using a set of external benchmarks. So this application was really wonderful because it provided a really structured way for us to inventory our practices in a variety of areas, including kind of campus operations, curriculum, facilities, et cetera, But it was also a really great way to accelerate both initiatives that we have just started, as well as a wonderful way to share information. So Nueva is a really collaborative school, and so we just took a very collaborative approach to this application. The environmental center director or environmental citizenship director at the time, she started by just identifying the information that was needed given to us by GRS. And then she really was looking for people that would have information. So she reached out to faculty and staff and even students to interview them for the relevant information. And what was wonderful about this, the collaborative nature, is it really gave a lot of the faculty and staff an opportunity to share what they're doing, to share their practices with the larger Nueva community. And it really increased the recognition of their work, which is fantastic. So many people here are doing sustainability focused and environmentally focused based work here. And I don't think everyone knows it. So it was a really great way for the community to learn about everything that was happening. So many people contributed to the answers, and everyone just learned from everyone else. And it was such a wonderful kind of holistic experience for everyone involved. It really, again, brought about mutual awareness. And since Nueva is a 2-campus and 3-school school, essentially, it was really wonderful to see the interactions and collaborations in the process between the campuses and between the grades. So that was really wonderful during the process. And something that did come out of this for me and for the program in general and the people who work for the program is that we now have kind of better access to and awareness of metrics that we can use to make change in the future. And this is specifically around energy use. There was all sorts of energy use numbers floating about the school, but no one knew where they were and how to read them. And now we know, so that's really wonderful. And I think just generally, at least in the past week, there's now momentum towards just making more changes. So while it's really amazing to be identified as this environmentally focused school, and that this recognition certainly increases the confidence and the motivation of all of us, those of us who are working to make things stronger in sustainability at Nueva now have just more ways to identify and work more towards goals that we had to begin with. We're all trying not to think about any of this as a challenge and more of this as an opportunity. So many great conversations came out of this, all of the work we were doing to get pull the information together. And it was so fun to see people in operations and facilities and administration and teachers and in the classroom, everyone working together. So that was a real opportunity that came out of this. The results really have encouraged us to look a little bit deeper into kind of future opportunities. And some of the results of this process and this recognition is that we have a new campus sustainability plan for the future, I guess. I don't want to put a timeline on it. And it's great that we were given these benchmarking exercises to kind of know what to reach for even further now. But there really are four main goals of the environmental citizenship program. And that really and what that includes is the first one is a mindset of environmental citizenship. The second one is a proclivity towards nature. The third one is a kind of systems thinking way of thinking about climate change more broadly, which is in line with the school's pedagogy in general. And then the fourth one is designing and evaluating solutions for climate change. And so these four goals, we're really excited to kind of think about them more broadly and how we can integrate them into the curriculum and into student projects and campus operations. So for example, something that we are working on right now, and this was partially because of the application process, but also partially due to COVID, is we're really rethinking about creating more robust outdoor classroom spaces and what that looks like and how that can be part of the proclivity towards nature that I was speaking to. So that's just one example. We really like to work with the students and their ideas. So it's really exciting to hear some of their ideas. They're really, really into environmental justice right now and thinking about that more broadly. And they're also really into waste management. And as I mentioned before, we have this brand new science and environmental center. So we're really thinking about in the next year how to maximize this beautiful new space and how we can create a holistic and interdisciplinary hands-on space for students so they can kind of create collaboratively, they can explore, and they can experiment across grades and interests. So there's a lot of exciting things for us to look forward to in the next couple of years. So I think it's a lot of work, the Green Ribbon Award program, and it might turn people off from participating in it. They think maybe they don't have the time or they don't have the resources to do it. And it is a lot of work, no doubt, but it's really just a wonderful way to kind of gather information together and see where your institution or your organization stands. And then once you have that information, it's a goldmine of just of information to help you make decisions in the future. And not only that, it saves you time in the long run. So now that we have this information, we can kind of add to it or take away from it, but we don't have to go back through the process of culling it all together. So it's a really, we all here highly recommend that organizations participate in it and go through the process. And it's really engaging, and it will help you or your organization understand all the really amazing work that's happening within your campus or organization. So we highly recommend it. And I think most people are probably doing more than they realize. And it's really nice to see that on paper too. We really are doing a lot, and we should be acknowledging that, and we should be celebrating that. I highly recommend it for anyone or any organization to go through it, and just you learn so much about the work you've already done, and it's fun. And I've gone through the similar process for schools in Illinois, and so that's why I can say with authority that it's a really good process to go through, and one learns a lot, even if you don't get the recognition.